You know, chat, I feel like one of these days, I'm going to go to click the record button, which is placed directly next to the end stream button. And then I'm going to end the stream. And I'm going to be like, oops. But I haven't done that yet. That has not happened yet, but I gotta say, it's come dangerously close a few times to that exact situation happening. Because it's just like right there. Bone meringue. Wouldn't that be something? You know, I was watching Ela play RE4 Rando Remake Perma, and like midstream is computer bricked. I was like, oh shit. Could you imagine? That would suck. Your whole computer is just like, sorry, can't be a computer anymore. Goodbye. Now, I want to believe that usually computers will probably start showing signs that that's going to happen to them. I really want to believe that. But, well, who knows? You ever just have a pair of headphones or earbuds and they work perfectly fine, and then suddenly one day one of them just doesn't work? Now, here's usually how it happens for me. That exact situation happen. Yes. It did happen to me in my latest pair. But usually what happens for me is one earbud gets a little like weirdly loose, so you can't really hear properly out of it. So what you do is you jiggle the shit out of it to try to get it to work. But all you're really doing is making it worse. Because if you keep jiggling it, you're gonna fuck it up even more. And then eventually it breaks and you're like, nah, it was only a matter of time. Yeah, because your stupid ass was wiggling it everywhere. But if I didn't wiggle it, it wasn't working anyway. So who cares? That shit happens all the time, dude. For me, it's those goddamn that's kind of nice looking, actually. It's like a big Pikachu. It's like it's always just one earbud gives up. It's so weird. I've never had a situation where the entire thing just stopped working. It's always just one of them stops working and then never fixes itself. But the other one, it never has an issue up until I replace it, and then I don't know what it's doing. As much as I'd love to stay in this fight and win, I cannot afford to do so. You have synthesis, don't you? I think you give speed as well. Send you in. I have wireless earbuds. I do. And they cannot Bluetooth sync up to my phone for some reason, so I can't use them. I turn them on. I see them pop up in the Bluetooth menu. I click it and it says, can't do that, sorry. And so I can't use them. So that's great. It just don't work. Mr. Return Period. They were a Christmas present. They were a Christmas present. And the first time I tried them, they worked in one ear. So I put them away. And then I tried them again, and then they just did not work at all. And I was like, cool. That's just gonna be a desk ornament now, isn't it? That's how it has to be. Alright. Thank you for the raid, Christian. Aw, man. Come on. Come on. You can't return a Christmas present. I mean, you can. That's what Boxing Day is for. But, you know, I don't want to do that. Ain't nobody want to do that. I'm really running all the way to Olivine. Because I really want this Bunnery. I really want this Bunnery to evolve so I can get rid of it and put the Bagon in the team. Because the Bagon is way cooler. Just gonna juice the EXP. Bird lad. Chat, how do you think Doduo flies? I'm pretty sure in the stadium games, they just kind of run in place and then they're in the air. I think most people would assume they operate the same way Tail does. Yoshi style. Yeah, but Yoshi flutters. He doesn't fly. But Doduo and Dodrio can actually fly. Get him there. People want to assume it does like the tail thing. But I thought like part of Dodrio's Pokedex description was that it could not fly, but it can learn fly. Pidgey can learn fly. Doduo can learn fly. Golbat cannot learn fly. Scyther cannot learn fly. I actually don't know if those are still true to this day. Does anybody have any information on that? Does anybody have any information on that? Because I'm pretty sure Charizard couldn't learn fly until yellow version. I don't know about Dragonite. I know that Golbat could not learn fly. Because one time I caught one thinking, this will be my flying Pokemon, but he doesn't learn fly until he evolves into a Crobat. But here's the best part. In Fire Red and Leaf Green, Golbat doesn't evolve until you get the National Dex. Even if you're best friends with your Golbat, because you don't have the latest firmware on your Pokedex, he cannot evolve. What the hell is that about? Umbreon and Espeon? Well, I mean, Day and Night doesn't even really exist in Fire and Leaf Green, so they're a little different. But yes, any friendship evolution from a Gen 1 Pokemon does not actually work until you get the Nat Dex, which is kind of silly, because it locks you out of Crobat. End quote. There you go. Oh, and Blissey, and Blissey, and Blissey. Crobat and Blissey. You can't use those two Pokemon. Of course, using Blissey requires you to go get your get a Chansey out of the Safari Zone, which is like a 4% encounter. And what's great about that Chansey is that it has like a 30-something% chance to run away. That's really cool, by the way. The rarer the Pokemon in the Safari Zone, the higher the chance they have of just fleeing the battle. And like some of the really rare ones have a base chance of 30 to 40%. Bird that makes up its poor flying with its fast foot speed leaves giant footprints. Short wings make flying difficult. Instead, the Pokemon runs at high speed. Short wings? But it can learn the move Fly, which you can use to jump on its back, and it will transport you all around the world, dude. All around the world. All around it. All around it. You can fly across the entire country on the back of a Dodrio. You can do it on a Pidgey. I don't understand. Did somebody just decide the rules don't count? So how come Scyther can't learn Fly? You know, like every single game you see Scyther in, he's flying? Legitimately. Like, in Gen 6, he's flying. Sure, you can call it fluttering if you want, but he's still flying. In Pokemon Snap, Scyther, he hit him out of the grass. He flies out of the grass and flies away. He is literally flying, but he cannot learn the fly technique. What's that? Huh? Doduo and Dodrio can't fly in Pokemon Snap, but they can learn Fly. Scyther can fly in Pokemon Snap, but he can't learn Fly. Isn't that something? I think my favorite Pokemon are the ones who learn really weird moves for no reason. Like Slowbro. Slowbro can learn Flamethrower. I don't know why. But he can. You can use Flamethrower on Slowbro. Here's a cool one you might not have known. Did you know Emboar can learn Scald? I thought I battled this guy last time. Emboar can actually learn Scald. Is it a good move to give an Emboar? No, not even remotely. But he can learn it, which is really cool. Golurk can learn Fly because he's got jet legs. That's cool. There's some cool shit. And like, I like when Pokemon thematically learn moves even if they're competitively useless, thematically they make sense, so it's really cool they learn them. That's why I think it's cool. Yeah, you're never gonna see Scald on Emboar, but the fact that it can learn it is cool because it, like, I guess it can just boil water within itself or something like that. I don't really know why it can learn Scald, but it can. That's a speed drop and it's not doing much. That's an accuracy drop and it might do something. Wasn't an accuracy drop. Whoop her down! Whoop her down! Debunni. Mew can learn any move, which is confusing. That's actually kind of confusing, because Soft Boiled is a move that it actually does use as a recovery option, which makes it make use of eggs. But that's a Chansey move, because Chansey actually has egg to eat. But then Mew just can create egg and eat it? What? What's that about? Where did those come from? How did that work? How does that work? Magic Boar. Well, I mean, Emboar's not a good Pokemon in general, but it would be really funny if you somehow got a kill with Scald. The problem is, you're not really going to see a Pokemon switch in that's ×4 weak to water against Emboar, because Emboar is also a fighting type, and they'll probably just die. This goddamn rabbit, dude, I swear. Trying to get juiced here. Yeah, I don't want to fight. Ooh. Kind of a glossy finish to it. Don't need it though. Too much inventory space. I have one of those already. I can always run with Runaway. I can always escape with Runaway. Let's try something I learned today. Not every... Ooh, jeez. Oh, man. Oh, he's green. Why is he green? Is he sick? Is Blood sick? He needs help. Somebody get him to the doctor. He's gonna throw up. A little alienish. Alien boy. I should go back to Goldenrod real quick and get another haircut. World of Horror looking ass. Let's do it again. I'm going back to heal anyway. He's slapping me, dude. Normal types can learn all kinds of moves. That's their whole gimmick. Slowking can learn Power Gem. That's kind of cool. Power Gem is one of those really strange moves. Like, it exists. It's not a bad move. It's one of the few special rock moves in the entire game. It also has perfect accuracy, which is very rare for a rock type move. But it's learned by, I don't know, 5 Pokemon maybe? Ooh, that's a nice shade on that. I kind of like that. Suck the lemon. That's kind of Thunder Shock, so I'll just go with the ground type. Like, Slowking can learn it. I think Beheeyem can learn it. By the way, chat, Beheeyem? Holy shit. You want to talk about Pokemon that exist? That's a Pokemon that exists, huh? Gen 1 has all kinds of Pokemon that exist, and they do things, and they don't do them very well. Beheeyem is one of those Pokemon, but it's Gen 5. He's a slow, sluggish Psychic type. I don't think there's anything that Beheeyem does that other Pokemon cannot do. Just like Dugong. Dugong is a piece of shit. Oh my god, Dugong is ass. All Dugong does, he's worse Lapras. I think the only move difference they have, and by that I mean the only thing that Dugong learns over Lapras is Aqua Ring. Otherwise, Lapras is better in every single way. Better move pool, better stats. Dugong has Nothing over Lapras. And the craziest part is, in Generation 1, you are more likely to get Lapras before you even know what a Dugong is. Huh? How did that happen? Behem is awesome. Yeah, your opinion doesn't count. Slow Psychic type that came out the same gen as Reuniclus. And Gothitelle. Gothitelle and Reuniclus were really fucking good. Granted, Gothitelle was only good because it got Shadow Tagged, but Reuniclus is a really good Pokemon. Very, very good Pokemon. Very good bulky Psychic type. Great abilities too. Even Musharna had a better role. You know what Musharna did? Musharna could learn Baton Pass and Imprison. Baton Pass and Imprison. Which means you could click Imprison and your opponent could no longer Baton Pass anymore. Man, doesn't that sound great? We love Baton Pass, boys. We love Baton Pass. Gen 5 had a lot of Pokemon. Now the thing is, as you'd expect, not every Pokemon needs to be great. Usually the early route Pokemon don't really amount to much greatness. But Pokemon like Ponyta and Seal are at the end of the game. And they're ass. And they've always been ass. Like, why make Ponyta Cinnabar Island and evolve at level 40 when it's ass? When you can give Ponyta at level 15 and evolve it like mid-20s like most other Pokemon. It's still ass, but at least it's like, you know, at least you can invest in it a little bit. But no, that's not allowed. Not in this house. I need a gym badge. Well, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to go back to Goldenrod real quick. I don't have cut. That's actually fine that I don't have cut. Because that means I have to take the longer way, which means more accrued friendship. I got it. I got it. I got it. Take the bike. It's faster. It's more fun. I already forgot what I was talking about. Oh, no, I remember. So, for example, Blitzel. Blitzel and Zebstrika, not good Pokemon. They're really not. But it's okay that they're not good Pokemon because you can catch it on like the 3rd route. And it evolves really early and it teaches you about cool Pokemon and then you replace it later. Or you can bring it with you the entire game if you really want. It'll get you through a story playthrough, but it's not a good Pokemon. Like Mightyena. Mightyena is another one. They're designed to be early game Pokemon that aren't terribly strong. Every now and again, one of them does come out that is actually quite damn good. Like Staraptor, for example. Staraptor is a phenomenal Pokemon to use the entire game. And it's the starter, like the Pidgey of the game. Alright, give me the big bro again. What? No haircut, dude? No haircut, dude. Aww. Where he at? Talonflame? Well, that's different. That's for competitive viability. Talonflame is not good, but Talonflame has a really, really good ability. Before it was nerfed. It's still pretty good, though. I'm talking strictly in, like, story playthroughs type of deal. Like, you're not using Ponyta in a story playthrough. And you're definitely not using it competitive. But you would use Starly in a story playthrough, and you can use Starly in competitive. Talonflame, you could get away with in a story playthrough. Because he's not the worst thing in the world. But he's definitely more known for his competitive viability due to his absurdly stupid ability. He got away with that. But it's more so like, some Pokemon need to not be locked behind endgame. So more people can use them and appreciate them. Sure, Zebstrika is an awful Pokemon, but if you have a Blitzel early on and you like Blitzel and you use it for the whole game, then that Pokemon, you're going to form an attachment with it, right? If you see Ponyta at the point in the game where the gym leader's best Pokemon is basically level 50, and you have a full team of 6 and you're thinking to yourself, ooh, I got to get that Ponyta right now. It's like 20 levels below me, but I got to get it right now. I got to add it to the team because it's a Horsey. Like, you see? Same with Rhyhorn. Some of these Pokemon show up way too late, evolve way too late, and they're just not that great. So you never really see them. And then they're not good in competitive, so you really don't see them. They just don't exist. He hates using late game Pokemon. Listen, Jackwagon. Most late game Pokemon are evolutions of earlier Pokemon that you find. or they're really rare Pokemon that are worth investing time in some type of other playthrough. Alright? So, there's a difference. For example, let's say you find Machop on a bunch of early routes. Alright? That's fine. And then later in the game, you're going to start finding Machoke. Same with Graveler. Same with Golbat. These are Pokemon you're going to find later in the game that are evolutions. I don't want to register you. I don't like you. No. Bro, if you're not going to let me say no, don't give me the option. The issue I take with it is when it's a Pokemon that you cannot get at all, and they're the earliest form. So you have to raise them from basically the beginning, but you've already been playing for 8 hours and you've been leveling your team since the start of the game. You're catching all the Pokemon you can that way. And you're not really going to sit there and tell me that putting Ponyta on Cinnabar Island is a good fucking idea. You can't tell me that. It just doesn't work. Grimer, Coughing, Raticate, Wheezing, Muck. Can't find Rapidash in the Pokemon Mansion, by the way. You can find fucking all the other evolutions, but you can't find Rapidash. Too strong. Why is Ponyta living in the abandoned mansion anyway? It's a horse. Why is it not living out? Tickle! That's where it fits? How does a horse fit living in a burnt lab? How does that even make sense? Ponyta should be living in the plains. You know where Ponyta lives in Gen 4? Right above Orberg. That makes perfect sense to me. Absolutely perfect sense to me. It lives somewhere that its flames won't cause any issue, and it has a lot of freedom to run around. It burn. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you. You stupid, stupid idiot. You are so stupid. He's pissing me off, chat. Kill him. Kill him. Kabuto, Omanite. Kabuto and Omanite. You are given your choice between Kabuto and Omanite before Misty. You are given the ability to get Kabuto or Omanite after you gain access to Surf, which requires Koga's gym badge. You have to go to Cinnabar. When you get to Cinnabar and you resurrect your fossil, in the original games, they're level 5. In the remakes, they're level 20. They evolve in the 40s. Now, you see the problem? If you want to use a fossil Pokemon, getting it early on is great. Generation 6, you get your choice of fossil before the second gym, and you can use it in the story playthrough. That's great. That's fantastic. Gen 3, you get it in the desert, you can resurrect it at Rustboro, and it's around the same level that you'd want. You know, it's a little lower, but it's manageable because you can get it right after Gym 4. That's pretty fine. Gen 5, I actually don't remember. Chad, I don't remember where you get the fossils in Gen 5 and when you can resurrect them. It's Nimbasa and only in Black and White 1. Okay. So there's an earlier one. There's another earlier instance. Generation 1 just kind of fucked it. It really fucked it. And then Gen 8 made the monstrosities. Did Gen 7 have fossils? I don't think it did it? No. No, it didn't, did it? I don't remember it having fossils, so it must not have. The Gen 8 fossils. Say what you want about the Gen 8 fossils, but it created one of the most obnoxious Pokemon of all time. Good old Dracovish. Nothing beats Dracovish. We love Dracovish. He clicks his Vicious Ren move and all kinds of bad things happen. The ability Water Absorb made 2 Pokemon top 3 in OU usage while that thing was allowed. It's quite impressive. I must say, quite impressive. This guy is too good. Nobody who likes Pokemon could be a bad person. No. I bet you don't even like Pokemon. Alright, bro. Alright. I find it kind of impressive how there are 4 Gen 8 fossil Pokemon, and only one of them was actually that good. Only one. Wild. Arctozolt is okay in lower tiers, but the other 2, fucking Arctovish and whatever the other one was. No, it wasn't Arctozolt. It was, Arctozolt's not that good. It was the other one, the one with the tail and the bird in the front. I forget its name. It's the one with bulk beat or whatever, but it's also got hustle. So it's not consistent. That's what stinks about it. Dragovish, yeah, Dragozolt, that's what it is. Yeah. Dragozolt was not that great. Especially not compared to Dragovish, but he was better than Arctozolt and Arctovish. Pretty sure those 2 Pokemon got banned in lower tiers though, because you know, it's usually weather-based abilities like Slush Rush or something like that. Weather is a cool mechanic that is beloved by many. Especially me. I love weather. Now, I don't really want to get slapped again, because that would suck. So let's do this. Let's not get slapped anymore. We're still gonna get slapped, it's just not gonna do any damage. That's all. Oh, he had bubble this whole time. How about that? That's okay, I got him. I got him in 2 more hits. Whoa, he's too strong. That's actually gonna kill me. Oh, it didn't kill me. He knew I had Water Absorb, so he couldn't use those moves. I forgot he had Water Absorb and that I traced it. So then he started using those moves. We entered a bit of a stalemate there. Alright, you dumb bunny. I need you to beat this crab up. That is a very normal looking crab. Let's kick its ass. Huge damage. Huge damage. Huge damage. The ultimate in crab technology. I'm sure that's fine. I'll do like 10. I didn't even do 10, it did 6. You know, speaking of Ronaldo, chat, did you see that Ronaldo, he posted a weird teaser trailer that is related to Fatal Fury? Did you see that? I have no idea what that is, but he posted about it. So I think Ronaldo is going to be in Fatal Fury. You know, Terry's game. you can have Cristiano Ronaldo fight Terry Bogard. That's kind of crazy. Oh, Raticate would be scary if I didn't have double kick. Now, isn't that fun? The trailer didn't show anything. It didn't show anything at all. But it's the fact that he posted about it that's like, Been crazier than the SNK WWE collab. Wait, what? When did that happen? Well, Fatal Fury is SNK, right? Isn't SNK like the universe of Fatal Fury? I only really know Terry and Geese. That's about all I got. A mobile game? Oh, get the fuck out of here, man. Who the fuck care about mobile game? Unbelievable. Nobody should be playing mobile games in 2014. Just saying. You shouldn't do it. Mobile games are designed to be extremely brain dead simple. Lowest common denominator, idle clicker, no brain power used type of game. And then when your brain is successfully turned off, they start asking you if you want to spend some additional money for your idle clicker game. And then for some reason, people start spending money on their idle clicker game. That scares me. That kind of scares me, man. Oh, I really need to get this unit because it increases my click percentage by 0.2. No, you gotta understand, this character's really good for my comp. I gotta get her. And then you just go back to doing your dailies on auto battle anyway. No, this character increases the efficiency of my auto battle by less than 2%, so I have to drop $500 to get her. I have to do it. Oh, I don't want to see you, Sunkern. Streamer is just mad his Clash of Clans base keeps getting raided. Bro, I have 500 million power. I don't need to worry about shit like that, okay? I don't have to worry about useless shit like that. I got it all for free because I followed the ads. I signed up today and got all of the bonus mega legendary heroes free of charge. Didn't even have to pay a cent. Didn't even have to pay a cent. 5 million power, boys. The deal has expired until the next commercial, though. Keep your eyes open. I really, really don't want to fight Sunkern. 3 more encounters. Purple Machop is back. 2 more encounters. Oh, an Ivysaur. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, actually. I'm gonna kill it. Mobile games and Twitter are my 2 favorite things. Well, I mean, in the modern century, that is a lot of people's go-to brain dopamine, isn't it? It's social media and mobile games. That's what people use their free time for. That's what they dedicate their off hours for. That's their lifeblood. What did you do when you were a kid, chat? I played video games. Sometimes I went outside, but I mainly just played video games. That's about it. That was my free time. I didn't have a hobby. Just played video games and watched TV. Despite that, here I am now. Here I am right now in the flesh. But nowadays, I think modern hobbies are, instead of turning on television, it's turning on YouTube to see the latest. And then instead of playing video games, it's playing mobile games. So it's like, what? It hasn't really changed. The way things work hasn't really changed, but the quality of it kind of has. Like, I'm talking about... I'm talking about, like, what's a good example here? So, when I was younger, I had a Super Nintendo and a 64 and a GameCube. So those were the systems that I grew up with, like video game wise. And then I watched television, things like Teletoon, YTV, stuff like that. Those were my cartoons. So that was for me. But for modern day children, I guess it's more like throw on your latest YouTube video from popular YouTuber and play mobile game or tablet game, or if your parents were Nintendo adults, then play Nintendo games, and the cycle goes that way. Play on your Nintendo Switch. Shukaberry. The skibbity bullshit got nothing on the old days of Minecraft YouTube. Oh, a silk scarf. That's actually pretty good. That's not bad, actually. Old behavior's new appearance. Don't know if it's necessarily worse. I disagree on that. I think it's worse just by the virtue of the quality of the content that's being absorbed is not that great. I don't have a seal case. I don't want them. I'm not gonna say what I played was like the greatest thing ever made, obviously. But the stuff I played was fun. I played fun video games. And I watched funny cartoons. What do people watch now? Want to trade my Krabby for a Voltorb? No, I thought you gave me the good rod. I think quality is decreasing because there's a desire to monetize, and monetizing means keeping constant uploads, and constant uploads hurt quality, kind of deal. I got strength from the hiker, dude, so we're good. I can't surf yet anyway. I can go up the lighthouse. That is an option I can do right now. Anybody on the beach I can fuck with? No. Oh yeah, no, everything, your parents are always gonna, like, what I'm doing right now, what parents do to their kids. But I think it's pretty hard to deny. I do think it's pretty hard to deny that the overall quality of stuff, especially since it's like YouTube content, is kind of lower. Because it's, some of it you can tell is made specifically with the intent of monetization. It does take advantage of younger people. But when you watch cartoons, when I was a kid, you just watched a cartoon. People made a cartoon because they wanted to make a show, right? I don't think people really made cartoons because they were looking to become multimillionaires. Obviously, it's nice if you do. But they were making things because they wanted to. And that's how YouTube was back in early days as well. When you couldn't monetize YouTube content, YouTube was just whatever the fuck people wanted to make. They just made for fun. But now it's a big heap of monetization, safety, don't get demonetized, sponsors, ads, all kinds of stuff that really, it kind of detracts from the overall experience a bit. People gotta live. That did a lot of damage. People gotta live, and I get that. But I'll tell you one thing, chat. Whenever I'm watching a video and I hear the words "but first," I am clicking, 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 clicking until there is no more "but first" and I can actually watch the video. I'm very happy for you to have received your payment in this situation, but I do not give a fuck about what you're promoting, and I know you don't either. In the old days of the internet, I could win a PS3 by accepting Jesus. I don't think you can do that anymore in this day and age. I think the world has changed. I think the world has changed. This is kind of a problem. I don't know what to hit this thing with. No free PS3. Annotations gone. Dislikes gone. Quality control all gone. Video replies? Oh, those were awful, dude. Good hit. Video replies were awful. 99% of the time, video replies were just people being angry. Classic stuff. Reply Girl era. Dude, I don't know who Boxy is. I never knew who Boxy was. I don't know why Boxy was popular. But that was something that existed. And then it disappeared, and I was like, yeah, that was certainly something. I don't know what a reply girl is. Chad, I'm old, but I'm not as old. My age isn't actually very reflective of how much I know about the internet, because I wasn't on the internet very much at all until I was like a teenager. Like well into being a teenager. I didn't have that much young exposure to internet. I had some. It's more than I should have. But not as much as other people probably did. Reply girls will make reply videos but just have the thumbnail zoomed into their tits. You know, that doesn't sound that different from the modern age. Isn't that just pre-age React content? That sounds like pre-age React content. Yeah, nothing's changed. Literally nothing has changed. The only difference is sometimes they're anime characters. Oh. How did we get here? The more things change, the more they stay the same. Yeah, but they leached onto other popular videos. Brother? Hey, do you not know what a react streamer? This guy talking like this is a new concept. No, you don't understand, streamer. They were leeching off of popular videos. Anyway, I'm gonna go watch my favorite streamer react to this content now, where they put a webcam of their face as they watch the video and they go hum every couple seconds to make you think like they actually know what the fuck they're talking about. Blood is just watching a video that he doesn't understand and can offer no insight into at all. But he do be watching. Streamer, you don't get it. No, I think I do get it. I'm saying that react content is some of the most, like, devoid of effort possible. And I don't think react content is very interesting unless the person who is reacting to it actually has, like, good background in the thing in question. Like, I like watching Coney do react stuff for Smash Bros related things because he knows Smash Brothers. He's been around it for a long time. I could trust his input and opinion. That's cool. When he reacts to something like Watch Mojo, I don't fucking care. He just sits there and watches it, and he barely has anything to say. It's just like, there was no reason for you to react, quote unquote, to that. So it's too easy. You literally put on somebody else's video, and you just make noise every now and again. It's like, imagine watching TV at a friend's place, and a motherfucker on the couch has to make a stupid comment every time. Every 5 seconds, he has to make a stupid comment, and you have to pause what you're watching for him to say his stupid comment. That's what react content is. That is what the majority of react content is. It's your annoying friend with the remote who will pause what you're watching to get a quip in almost every 20 or so seconds. I hate that shit. The react video has more views than the original one. That's kind of depressing. That one's kind of depressing. I get how that ends up happening, though. At the end of the day, it's less about the content itself, and it's more about the person who's actually, like, watching it, you know? Like, you don't care about subject, but you like this guy, so when this guy watches this video, you'll watch him do it. It's the same deal with video games, right? You like the guy, you want to watch him play a video game that you like, because it's a video game you like, and it's a dude you like, so there you go. And it's the same principle with react content. And you could argue that it does get new eyes on the video. That's cool. That's cool, sure, that's cool, but it's like, that would assume, that's assuming the best. That's kind of assuming the best. I'm not using ice ball. Of every single react content ever. Pidgey. I think the worst of it is when the react content comes out so close to when the original one releases. If you react a couple weeks after and let that one actually garner its viewership, because you know how viewership declines after a while, that's not as bad. But when you are like, you're really reacting to the video and it came out less than 24 hours ago, then you're kind of scum. You're kind of a content scum. But people will excuse it because they like the guy who's doing it. And then their entire online presence is just that. And it works. And it works. You know, I feel like the internet kind of makes the worst people famous. That's not really a shocking revelation to anybody. But it's like, think about how many of the really big streamers that exist. Like, do you think their audience likes them? Or do you think their audience watches them because they watch them the same way that somebody watches an animal in a zoo? That's how it feels sometimes. It kind of feels like a lot of the really popular people on the internet are known negatively, but somehow that loops around to being like positive for them somehow. I don't really understand how that works. I reacted to total memes on stream before. Yeah, and the stream was not saved. There was no monetization of that stream at all. That was just for fun. I saw a not a clip, but I saw an image of some dude who was set his house on fire, essentially, like live on stream. And it's just like, that's what people are watching. That's what people are watching. They're watching somebody who has way too much money pull shit like that in their house. And that's where the viewership goes, guys. You know, when Twitch started, it was about playing video games. You could live stream video games. It was a fake house. Now see, this is where it gets even weirder. What do you mean it's a fake house? How does this motherfucker got a whole fake house to set fire to? You see? You see the problem? Everything in some people's lives have become content. Like, everything. They stream like 8 to 10 hours a day. They record, they stream themselves doing everything. They have the mobile streams. Chat, one of my recommended streams, I think last week or the week before that, was a IRL stream of people driving to TwitchCon. And when it popped up in my feed, it had 30,000 people watching. 30,000 people watching a group of people driving to TwitchCon. Why do you need to stream that? Why would anybody want to watch that? I don't understand. I don't get it. Was it nice scenery? The thumbnail, the camera was basically on the dash of the car, pointed slightly upwards, so the only thing you could see was the people in the car. You couldn't see the road or anything, you just see the people in the car, and they were probably talking, I'd assume. That's all I got. It's just... don't you have something else you could be doing? I know that it sounds... and I'm a guy who throws on streams all the time as background noise. It's like my new age TV. But I just kind of... I consider it in a similar vein to how if you were hanging out with a blood and he was like, you mind if I play? And you're just like, yeah, go for it, man. He's playing his video game. And every now and again you look up from what you're doing, see what he's doing, you go, yeah. That's kind of how I view streaming, but I can't talk to the guy kind of deal. But there's a number of people who watch streams and treat it like new age reality shows. Like they have to be up to date on their favorite streamer, and their favorite streamers have like no privacy because their entire life revolves around content. Their whole life is content. Well, podcasts are different because podcasts are just people talking and people listen in and stuff like that. But a whole stream of that? I don't know. I think there's just a disconnect with me. There's a disconnect with me to what works on the platform, I suppose. I can't understand why it's as popular as it is. I don't think I ever will understand why it's popular as it is. I'm not trying to be like a hipster or try to think I'm special or anything like that. It's just, it's a source of entertainment that I don't really understand is all. I don't really understand it. I watch some streamers that are big. I watch some streamers that are not so big. But I don't watch any of the really, really big streamers that, like, do stuff live. Because I want to watch people play video games. I don't want to watch them live their life. I don't think I was supposed to do that yet. Oh well, we're here now. Yeah, reality TV is, that's what I think of. Germa's not really like that, but he kind of is. Germa's a little different. The main stuff that he does when he streams is he plays video games, but every now and again he'd have this crazy IRL event that was just like ridiculous. He had ideas, but even then I didn't really watch those that much. I peeped at a couple of them, but they were never really the thing that I watched for him. Yeah, I saw a bit of the Dollhouse. But for the most part, the people I watch are just the ones who play video games. But the meta for top age Twitch is not really that. It's more about the streamer than anything. I guess that makes sense to a reasonable degree. But yeah, it's just a little, I think it's just a little beyond my time. I don't think I'm better than anybody for it, but I do think it's better for me overall. Holy shit. It's better for me overall that I'm not really thinking that much about these types of things. Well, I shouldn't say thinking, because I'm clearly thinking a lot about them. But I'm not actively watching them. It's kind of nice to live in a bubble, I think. It's nice to live in a bubble. It's nice to not have to know who the best streamers are, the greatest streamers. You should watch this guy. He's really funny. He's so funny. You should watch him. Okay, why is he funny? Oh, you know, he watches other people's videos on YouTube and he makes very loud noises. And he has cam so you can see him clap like a seal. And he screams and he goes hee hee ha ha. It's like, wow. That's great. Sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like a lot of fun, my guy. Entertainment is subjective, but I can't speak for the populace. I like to call myself a normal person because I think I'm actually a relatively normal person, especially when you compare me to the other people who enjoy the things that I enjoy. Holy shit, is that a... Goddamn, man. Streamer, how can you be normal when you are a Touhou fan? Well, I mean, compare me to other Touhou fans, and then when you think about how bad I am compared to how bad they are, you'll realize that sometimes people aren't quite what they seem to be. Uh-huh? What do you mean, uh-huh? Bro, you honestly can't tell me that you've looked at social media for Touhou and then looked at me and thought that I was even remotely similar to that. Surely you didn't think that, right? I might die to that, actually. Sphero is a little dangerous. Did I buy more rope? I don't know if I bought rope. You are, but you are Mr. Toho, ain't ya? Well, I know a lot about Toho, and I like Toho a lot, so I do my best to know all about it, yeah. I like to believe I'm well educated on the topic because of how much I like it. But also, I've seen what some people think of themselves. Some people make an obsession out of their favorite characters, and they get really obnoxious about policing everything about them. Some take it to a very, very far degree. But it's, you know, that's not what I do. That's not what I do. Anybody want to go hit the Tuhu jerk after the stream? I don't think I can get through this. This is a little dangerous. It's a little dangerous right now. You made a sniff tier list. You can't use them did it first as an excuse. But he did do it first. That's why I did it. That's why I did it, because he did it first. Good dodge. Here's something I can say about Twitter. Specifically for Toho. Sometimes you will see a tweet on Twitter regarding Toho opinions, and the first thing you will think to yourself is, I bet I know exactly what their bio is going to say. And then you hover over their Twitter bio, and you're like, oh, yep, checks out. Sometimes, call that intuition. But sometimes, you see the tweet, you look at the bio, and man, is there a correlation. What does that mean, streamer? It means exactly what I just said. That's what that means. You can tell a lot by those two things. You really, really can. I advise you, chat, to not engage in conversation with people who actively believe they are married to fictional characters. I strongly advise against that. That is some weird shit. Those people are the most likely to police all opinions regarding the character because they believe making a claim like that makes them some kind of authority on how they act. Well, newsflash for you, fuckwad. That's called being possessive. That is called being possessive. No, a character would never act like that. I would know because I am the biggest fan. You will not let anybody portray your character in any way that you don't agree with. Based on what you assume they are to be like. That's not good. That's a toxic trait. That's a big red flag. Wee woo! Of course, you only really encounter these people if you use social media. So, maybe you're safe after all, chat. Maybe you'll be okay after all. Just be sure not to talk to Crazy. Keep him out of your chat logs and you'll be happy here. That's all. Dude, there's like 4 polyworlds in this fucking lighthouse, and they keep showing up. They keep showing up. Keeps being this battle. Oh, good hit. Alright. They're Redditors. I'm sick of you Tuhu jerkers, alright? I'm sick of you Tuhu jerkers. You guys probably look to your threads and think, man, we're so much cooler than every other social media, completely oblivious that you are a Tuhu jerker. Do you understand the implication of being a regular on a group like that? You understand, right? Why? You understand? Surely you understand. This Pokemon always kept the sea lit at night, but it got sick. I'll go get it. I'll go get it. An earth plate. That's not so bad. I don't have an earth move. Alright. The eggs review. Or softban. I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what that means. What does blood mean? The egg review. Why are we tier listing eggs? What do eggs have to do with anything? This guy alright? Wait, why do you have so much information about this board? You wanna explain something to the chat? Why you have this information? Because I never knew this. How would I know this? Why would I ever know this? Every time you tell me lore about this thing, I go, yes, I understand more, but why do you know that? Come on now. Tired of these jerkers. Go ahead. The floor is yours, man. Tell us what we're all dying to know. You get the chat riled up now. You're not getting out of this one, buddy. You're gonna have to spill the beans. I don't really need to give levels to Kabite. Wait, what? What do you mean, wait, what? Bro, get amnesia mid-comment or something? Huh? Bro? You got words? And now he's running. He's running! Where is he going? Alright, well, would anyone else like to share with the class why this what this information meant? Huh? Rollout is fine. That gives me plenty of time to Dragon Rage. I'll wait, chat. I'll wait. I'll wait. This is like show and tell. And he went up to the board and he started showing. And then he looked back and he saw how everybody was reacting and he just decided to leave the classroom. That's what he did. Mega Punch, great. Diplomatic immunity. Yeah, you don't get that unless you give something up worth of it. So that doesn't work. Picture comments. What? What do you mean? I don't use Reddit. I don't know how Reddit works. What do you mean? You mean you couldn't pick... I don't... What? Picture? What does a picture comment mean? What? I thought Reddit didn't have pictures at all. Like, you only commented words and links. I only know this because sometimes I end up on Reddit threads when I Google questions. That's what Reddit is to me. It's a fucking... It's a Q&A for my Google questions. People aren't funny anymore. They just post the same 10 image macros under every post. Man, that sounds awful. Wouldn't it be really shitty to hang out somewhere and instead of any real conversation, people just post the same image all the time? I can't believe that. I've never seen anything like that before. What a shame. What a shame for old Tuhu Jerk. It's never happened anywhere else in the history of anything. I missed you. Wow. I actually missed this guy. The only subreddit that's worth visiting is Fat Squirrel Hate Lamau. Redditor detected! Redditor detected! Wee woo, wee woo! Bro just admitted to going on Reddit. What is he doing? His ass is grassed. Why would he admit to that? Is he stupid? I don't know. He must be. Any community that gets its laughs by pretending to be idiots will eventually be flooded by actual idiots who mistakenly believe they're in good company. Yeah, that's called big streamers. That's called being a big streamer. You attract a lot of attention. Your chat hates you. And then new people show up and they think, oh, okay, we just rip into this guy. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. It's okay, because I firmly believe everybody here has an IQ of at least 110. We all have an IQ of 110 here, boys. We're all special. I swear, man, sometimes you be like watching people's Twitch chats and you just start people watching, you know? Like you get these real strange customers and it's just like, man, do they know how awkward they are, or they doing this on purpose, or is this just like, is this just an unfortunate circumstance? Like, you know what I mean? There's Twitter users in this chat. Have you've ever considered that? Are they? I actually don't think a majority of my viewers use Twitter. It makes my Twitter look bad because my active viewership doesn't actually use the website. I don't even use the website. I mean, I did, and I guess I still technically do, but I haven't really used... The last thing I did on Twitter was post that I uploaded a new video, and then sometimes I end up there, and I don't really do anything. All your artist bloods do, and they post threads in the Discord as if anyone can actually read them. What do you mean threads? What do you mean threads? I mean, people post art they see from Twitter. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. Oh, I didn't. Shit. I want to get that. Wait, is that rock climb? No, it's rock climb to get up. Okay. Multiple tweet chains. Oh, I don't know what that's about. I am of the opinion that the majority of people on Twitter aren't actually that funny. That's kind of where I stand on it. I don't think a lot of people on that site are very funny. But I also don't view Twitter as like a funny site. I see it as a art site. So like I have a bit of a disdain, I suppose, for that kind of behavior on the site, which is really weird. But I also just don't think a lot of people on that website are very funny. Can't see more than one tweet if you don't got an account. Oh yeah, I know that. You need an account to see Twitter. So if you click it and it's like, you better have an account, jackass. Well, but everybody has a social media account because you have to stay connected at all times. Alright? You must stay connected. Everything we do is for social media cred. Remember that, chat. Remember that. That's why we do it. Everything you say, do, all your actions are all controlled by the desire to be appreciated by random people on social media. I am now in the tower that was burned to the ground. There are people down there. Does Blood lead with the Ghastly again? I think he does. Oh. I'm on the trail of Pokemon named Suicune. I hear rumors Suicune is here. I came to take a look at the basement. There he is! I have tried it many times. He's Morty. This guy's pretty full of himself. There are 3 dogs down there. Alright. Let's do this. At Twitter, you kind of lose yourself after a while. Sometimes that little bit of existential dread hits you just hard enough that you change your ways. You know, it's like you're doing something, you're wasting your time, and for just a moment, you think to yourself, what the fuck am I doing? And that moment happens at just the right time that it actually, like, fixes you. Man, what a happenstance that is. You just gotta get hit by it at the right spot, and you'll be like, alright, I can now fix my issue. Because sometimes you catch yourself doing that, and then you don't actually do anything about it. That's probably the worst feeling. You're like, what the fuck am I doing? And then you continue doing it. It's like you didn't even try to break that cycle. You had a very clear epiphany moment that told you, please do something else, and you ignored it. You just ignored it. Resisting impulse purchases. That's pretty easy when you're poor. That's a good hit. I am not wealthy. I was not wealthy either. I don't spend very frivolously. That said, Fumos! Next Fumo set's coming soon, right? Right? Money. Have bad at confusion and kill this Dustclops. Hopefully it'll be better when it's a Dust Noir. Nothing to save for? Come on now. You're saving for your life 50 years from now. That's what you're saving for. Glorp Zaza, do you really want to know the egg review lore? Bro really disappeared for 10 minutes and came back with that. Is this guy living in the past? What's wrong with this guy? Man, this Zubat can't do it. Glorp Zaza is not an emote. It's not an emote. Magnemite. I don't think Magnemite could do anything to you. He needed a research. Bro left and did research? Alright, well, I mean, if he works so hard for the information, who are we to deny him his moment? This is his chance to increase his IQ by 0.1%. Glorp no Zaza. That's a pretty good emote, actually. It's terrible, but it's also fantastic. Sandtomb, right? Sandtomb, no. I guess it's a move to click that isn't Dragon Rage. There will be no Zaza. Zaza, no. Oh, whatever. You'd never be able to catch legendary Pokemon anyway. My work here is done. Bro, you didn't even explain yourself. Get your ass back here and explain yourself. That was pretty clearly not Suicune. That's a Swinub. Did you see it? Swinub raced by like a blur right in front of my eyes. 10 years, bro. 10 years. This guy is not taking the hint. Tengu lay eggs. Yeah, that was revealed in the fairy manga. Anybody who read the fairy manga knows that Tengus have eggs. Is that supposed to be... what? Was that supposed to be weird? They're birds, dude. You know harpies lay eggs too. I'm just trying to figure out what his point is. Just trying to figure out what his point is, that's all. At least I don't have to hatch the Ariados egg anymore, because I just seen Ariados. Egg review. What do you mean egg review? You can't review something that doesn't exist. You can't write a review on eggs when you don't know anything. No, that's not how that works. That doesn't even make sense. I think this guy is an idiot. I think somebody should kill him. I don't know what he's talking about. Sounds to me like he's just trying to make something that's like perfectly reasonable into something strange and freaked up. Don't worry, we fire breathers know the true power of fire better than anybody. The Redditors wish to rank the eggs by quality. Whose eggs? There's 3 Tengu that are named Tengu in the series. And one of them's a wolf Tengu, which is a mammal. Crow Tengu are birds. They lay egg. Oh, right, Megamu. I forgot about Megamu. There are 4. I forgot about Megamu. When I think of the Tengu, I think of Aya, Momiji, and Hatate. I actually tend to forget. I tend to forget Megamu. There are more birds to choose from. Yeah, there's 3. And you guys think I'm weird for doing a tier list on smell? Who made them have eggs in the first place? You know there's more than female Tengu in Tengu society, right? Like, right? Nobody knows whose egg that was. But doesn't matter. Please rank the Toho egg by quality. What? But how many of them lay egg? They would have to be based on animals that lay egg. And that's only so many. Would a kappa lay an egg? Is a kappa based on an animal? Or is it a mammal? Kutaka would lay eggs. That is true. Kutaka would lay eggs. Kutaka's a chicken. Cats lay eggs. No. If you really think about it, won't all the Tuhu girls have eggs? Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you thinking about that's leading you to that conclusion? Bro? He's kind of right. No, he's not. He's not even remotely right. What does that even mean? Another earth plate. Oh, cool. Those are one of a kind, by the way. I'm sure this will work out. It's simple biology. All Tuhus. This is just like my favorite manga. Oh, are you a fan of Monster Musume? Are you a fan of interspecies reviewers? Those your favorite mangas? Because that would explain a lot. That would explain a lot. That's a sleek blue on that Charmeleon. It's a very sleek blue. Very nice. Very high quality. Good stuff. This explains everything. You know, interspecies reviewers is very funny because Funimation got the rights to it, made one episode, and then didn't make any more because they didn't seem to realize the content of the show when they did that. Meowth. So there's one dub. There is one dub. I don't have Rock Smash. I'm gonna give Rock Smash to Baniri. Just because I'm lazy and I don't really use anything else on the fucker anyway. Get rid of Foresight. You won't be sticking around in a while anyway. Huge brains at work. I just think it's funny that they did that. Oh, that's actually a really nice item to find. In this one situation, mind you. I got so many hold items now, dude. I can give that to Baniri and we can speed this process up. No, they dubbed it and I guess they just didn't pay attention at all. They just grabbed it so they could grab it. Like, they just wanted it so they would have the rights to it. And then they didn't do another episode after that. And I can only assume the reason is because they found out what it was. And they were like, oh, we can't do that. We're a Western company. That thing's blue. I'm afraid these types of things are no good. Illegal behavior. That wasn't really worth it. I mean, they've been in business for a while. You think companies stay in business because they're good at what they do? You think that's how this works nowadays? That's how it worked before. Companies thrive because they did well. And nowadays, companies thrive because they have a monopoly. Well, maybe not necessarily a monopoly, but they have so much say in what happens in the entire industry that it would be pretty much impossible for them to go anywhere. Look at Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll gets away with all kinds of shit because what's your alternative? Is Funimation still in business? Didn't they merge with Crunchyroll? I thought they merged with Crunchyroll. So now I think Crunchyroll actually is a monopoly. Essentially a monopoly of Western anime market. Unless Viz Media still exists. Okay. So that means if you don't like what Crunchyroll gives you, you have no alternative. Please, fuck you. I can think of a pretty good alternative. I watch it in Japanese. Chat, I don't watch dubs anymore. The last couple times in my life I've tried to watch a dub of something I didn't watch when I was younger. I can't make it past the first 2 minutes because I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'll watch dubs of things I like. I can't watch dubs of things... I should say I watch dubs of things I watched dubs before when I was younger and I liked as a result. But new stuff or stuff I watched before, I try to watch in dub as an alternative experience. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. So, Yen Press translates stuff as well. Yen Press, Viz Media, they translate. I don't know if they do animation though. I became aware of how unpleasant the dub actors are, so I do my best to avoid supporting them. Well, there's only like 5 people who do voices in anime. There's like 5 people who do anime voices, and they're in everything. No talent. No talent. And now, boys, we click confusion 5 more times. Oh boy, I love this game. Nah, dubs were fine early on. Dubs were made early on. Like there's a certain time frame I find that when dubs were made, it's because they really wanted to make them. Now it kind of feels like dubs are made because it's expected, slash they wanna make money off of it more than anything else. They hire the same voice actors. They reprise the same roles with very little difference in range because they're known for one voice. Just do that voice. And it's just, that's it. That's mostly it. I believe Viz Media translated or dubbed The World God Only Knows. The World God Only Knows has some of the worst extra voice acting I've ever heard. But the VAs for the main characters are top notch. I like watching that one in dub. I like watching that one in dub. I pretty much only watch that one in dub. It's very good. Very good dub, that one. Spice and Wolf is another one. Spice and Wolf has a very, very good dub. And I only watch the dub for Spice and Wolf. Lawrence and Holo are very, very good. Very good. Haunty. He's got that green tongue. He might kill me before I kill him. Never mind. I like Baka and Test. That was a good dub. So yeah, there was an era of anime where dubs were, I think, pretty great. Like the people working on them really cared. But I find I can't get into current dubs because I feel like the people don't care enough. It's less like a passion project and more like a 9-to-5 in the worst kind of way. Also, when they get preachy. Oh man, when they get preachy. Ooh, please do not edit the source material dialogue to fit whatever narrative you want to push. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. It's really awkward. I like fan subs because fan subs use gamer language. They use all kinds of gamer language. They got translators notes. They dub over. They sub all the openings and shit. They care. God, they care. Fan subs fucking care, man. They care. Official Crunchyroll subs? Oh, they don't care. They don't do it because they like anime. They do it because they want to put things in the face of people who like anime. I want all of my fan dubs. I want all of my fan subs to be handled by one guy. One guy who really cares about what they're working on. And I don't really care about anything else. Because if he cares, it'll show. It'll show. We love escapism. Except that one guy who said that everything is political. No matter what, everything is political. Even the absence of political is political. And all I can think to that is, what a fucking life you must live. Man, I got hit by a truck and now I'm in a fantasy land. Whoa, I'm having so much fun in my fantasy land. I'm so strong. The girls love me. But you see, there's politics here. You must acknowledge the politics. You have to acknowledge it. But there is none. There's no politics. There's the kingdom. He's the hero. No, you have to relate it to current world politics. But I don't want to do that. I like when things make sense within their own system. Politics aren't that bad when it's within the system of the world. Things like, you know, kings, queens, fantasy settings like that. One of my favorite shows is actually Outbreak Company. Outbreak Company is a very strange fantasy show, because basically a rift opens up somewhere in Japan on Mount Fuji to a fantasy world. The Japanese government finds it. They enter. They find this fantasy kingdom. They can't conquer it with military might, so instead they create a program of cultural exchange. And they hire the world's biggest otaku to be basically the ambassador of otaku culture to get all of the to get this country into their biggest export. Now here's a spoiler, by the way, because the show's actually pretty entertaining, but the overall goal of it was to win a culture war, essentially introduce culture into their world and have it be their main form of entertainment, and then force them to rely on the Japanese for more of it, and basically turn them subservient in that regard. And the main character didn't really like that, so he encouraged them to create their own manga and stuff like that. So that was political. I thought that was actually kind of neat, because it was an interestingly stupid present. It was a stupid, what's the word? Interestingly stupid. Starts with a P. It starts with a P. Starts with a P. I can't remember the word here. Premise. Premise. That's the word. Thank you. So yeah, it's a weird premise, and it seems silly at first, but then like when you get to that kind of reveal about how they're using this stuff as a way to like basically become the main source of culture to them, and basically take them over by creating a desire from that whole country for their for what they offer. I was like, oh, wait, yeah, that actually makes sense as like a political move to take over the country without any fighting, so they can gain access to all of their resources through trade by holding something so like they have huge negotiation power at the table for something like that, because they've established something in their world that is so sought for, but they always have the upper hand in things like negotiations. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's actually pretty cool. That makes sense to me. So, I would recommend Outbreak Company. I like watching it every now and again because I see more references to different anime in it. But another thing I liked about it is it does have some aspects to it. Like, elves are poorly treated. Well, not elves, sorry. Halflings. Half-elves are very poorly treated. Not accepted by any. Human or elf. So the main character gets a big fancy mansion. He's got a half-elf maid, and he pops off because he's an otaku, and he's like, whoa, maid elf, oh my god, OMG, OMG, OMG. And she's like not responding well to it because she's used to the entirety of the world treating her like a lesser being. She can't even read properly. Like, she was never taught to read or write. She was just trained as a soldier, and then when fighting was over, she was just discarded because that's all they were good for. And then later he gets in good with like the empress of the country, and she gets really upset and talks really meanly to the elf maid because, status difference. And it's like, oh yeah, that's the culture here. There's even like a little comment about it from one of his bodyguards, like, that's how their culture works. That is how it is. And it sucks that's how it is. And he wants to make some kind of change towards it, but that is in fact how it works in their world. There was actually an anime chat. I forget what it's called. It's on my watch list. It's on my watch list, but it's a show that is just about it's about a girl who just bikes through a bunch of different like communities. Like, I think each episode she just bikes into a different community and experiences their way of life. She doesn't interrupt. She is only an observer. She does not interrupt at all. She just observes how these cultures operate. Kino's Journey, is that what it's called? Okay, have any of you seen that? Because I heard it was pretty good, and I've been wanting to watch it. I was told about one episode in particular, and it was about a culture. It was about a city that was extremely well behaved and very polite, like very well mannered. And then one motherfucker tries to start some shit, and then it turns out everybody's packing heat. So they just pop this motherfucker as soon as he starts trying to do some shit, and then problem solved. And like, the show's not preachy, is the thing. I heard it's not preachy. Like, you just experience how these places work. You don't get no commentary about why thing bad, thing good. You just get to experience how it plays out, and you get to see and make your own decisions on it. And I think that's pretty cool. Watch 2003. Okay. Okay. I didn't know there were two versions. Haunter. I think... I'm not really sure what to do here. I think I kind of already fucked up. Because Gengar's gonna kill Curly with Shadow Ball no matter what. I'd rather watch it than read it, because reading is a big investment. Oh, Morty, here we go. So yeah, I want to check that out at some point. But those, like, you could argue that those are quote-unquote political. But, like, it's not like things having politics is necessarily bad. It's the problem that most people have with it is when the politics are too one-to-one with current events. Because then you're just getting annoying. That's when it gets annoying, is when it's too on the nose to current year stuff. It's like, fuck off. Give me problems that exist in their world. Look, man. Musco Tensei. I will never watch that show. Ever. Never in my life will I watch that show. That show's fucking weird. Same reason I stopped with Ascendance of a Bookworm. You take a full-grown adult. You take the mind of a full-grown adult. You put it in a child. And then it's just everything is all fine. Everything's all okay. Why did he do that? Why did he do that? I don't know why he did that. That wasn't a smart move at all. Ascendance of a Bookworm was about a 30-something-year-old librarian who gets crushed by a fucking, like, bookshelf avalanche, reincarnates, but takes over the body of, like, an 8 to 10-year-old girl. Like, takes her over, and then she's just living as her. And she brings all these changes and positives and pluses. And she's forming a relationship with a boy her age. Her age being the child's age, mind you. Like, a child. This is a 30-year-old woman. That's weird. That's really fucking weird. I watched, like, the first season and I was like, I'm not watching any more of that. That was weird. And that's how Musco Tensei is. People are watching that. They're watching this dude do that. Okay, that might kill me, but Sandstorm here can bail me out if it doesn't kill me. Okay, that kills me. That's a problem. That's a big problem. That's a really big problem. Well, actually, there's no point in continuing this fight, because... yeah, there's no point. I died a Shadow Ball. Anime is weird. All anime is weird. Sometimes, though, anime is so popular that people don't look at the weird, or they try to reason with the weird, or rationalize the weird. If your show is about one guy and he's got a bunch of girls who really like him, then you can be like, oh, I roll anime, perby. But then you make, oh no, dude, it's got like amazing world building. It's so cool. Sure, the main character is like a 29-year-old man in a 12-year-old's body. And he's lusting after people his quote-unquote age. But that's fine, because, you know, the world building's really cool and the plot's really deep and it's so cool. Like, alright. Alright, brother. Whatever you say, brother. Going through a lot of hoops to justify, brother. You do whatever you want, brother. The people who just watch, like, ecchi and shit, they got the real power. They have the real power. They're so unapologetic about that. Alright, so my current problem right now is I need to kill. I need to kill that Gengar, but it kills me in one hit. How do I not die in one hit? I get everybody up to a level where they don't die to one hit. That's how we do it. Air bubble in the brain. It's copium. Justification. That's all. Oh yeah, Monogatari is very interesting, but that one also has its fair share of freakness. I mean, there's the toothbrush scene. That shit's pretty infamous. I think I need the Golduck if I want EXP. Where can I get more juice? I wonder if Mount Mordor has better juice. Let me check Mount Mordor. Ariados isn't bad either. I'll see what we can accomplish here. The busty glasses girl. You mean the cat girl? I don't like the crab lady very much. I thought the snail girl was fun though. I don't really like the monkey paw girl that much, but then I warmed up to her because she's the same. She's Shiro Miyuki, and she uses the same voice for that character that she does for Sakuya. And when I watched it again after the fact, I was like, holy shit, that is actually the same voice that she's using. It sounds just like Sakuya. It's time to awaken. Ooh, Metal Claw. That's a move I can use. How the fuck would I use Mud Sport? Alright, we're juicing. Monogatari is weird because there's a lot of text and surreal, like, presentation. Yo, Larvitar actually kinda awesome. Chat. Do we want that? That's pretty cool. But what do we get rid of for that? What do we get rid of for that? He's gonna be Rock Dark, so I would have to get rid of my Rock type. Get rid of Rabbit? Yeah, but Rabbit was gonna get replaced by Bagon for Salamence. I guess I don't need 2 Pokemon times for a week to Ice. Alright, let's get it. Alright, fine. No Bagon. Fuck Bagon. Nobody likes Bagon anyway. Throw the Pokeball at him. Another pseudo legend. Don't worry, I ticked the box that guarantees it'll be its final evolution at level 40. So we don't have to wait till level 55 for a Tyranitar. Streamer, that's cheating though. Yeah, tell it to Lance. Spawn deep underground, it can't emerge until it's entirely consumed the soil around it. Bro just gotta eat his way out of there. He is the boss mountain. Boss baby. Tiki. That's a good name. That's a good name. Respect it. Oh shit, duck! Oh man, I got ducks in here, dude. It's actually some pretty good EXP. Psychic type. Alright. Larvitar is pretty cool. Look, man, I've watched my fair share of ecchi in my day. I watched To Love Ru. I watched To Love Ru Darkness. I think I read To Love Ru too. I did it. I watched To Love Ru. I watched Girls Bravo. That was awful, by the way. Girls Bravo was fucking awful. I watched a decent amount of them, and they're really bad. They're all pretty bad. A cast form. There's no... You can't do, like, an all-happy ending with harem. You can't. You just can't do it. I watched So I Can't Play H. Chat, I legitimately don't remember what that show was about. I remember there was a girl with long red hair. That wasn't a different girl with long red hair from a different series, who I think was High School DxD. I don't actually remember. We Never Learn made a bunch of separate endings. Yeah, I read that in its entirety, actually. That one was okay, because even though it did kind of do the whole harem thing, it literally had 5 alternate endings for each girl. So, no bullshit. And you could decide which one was the real timeline and which one was the alternate timeline. That's pretty bold. You know the Quintessential Quintet? Yeah, I never actually saw the ending of that, but he does pick one of them. So, I never watched the movie. I didn't want to. I heard the ending for that series was pretty mediocre. Not good. Not a good thing. What level do I have to be to make this work? If you don't want them all, why bother watching harem? Because sometimes the chemistry with one character is so much better than others that there's no reason for the other characters to even be in the equation. One of the worst shows I think I ever watched, I think it was called Oreshura. It was about a dude who was studying to become a doctor, specifically because his childhood friend was so easily got sick. So he dedicated his entire life studying to become a doctor so he could help her at a moment's notice. And then he meets this long silver-haired bitch in high school who is a total bitch. Treats him with no respect. And he continuously chooses her over his childhood friend. And it just made me so angry, dude. It's made me so angry. Why the like your entire life, you decided your entire life for your friend, and now this rude bitch shows up and you're like, nope, gotta choose her. Gotta choose her. The other love interests were Chuny girl, who seems to think she has some affiliation with their main character because reasons, and girl with pink hair who looks exactly like the girl with white hair, and I don't remember what her deal is at all, actually. Anyway, it was pretty awful, and surprise, it didn't get a second season. Thank God I never watched Rent-A-Girlfriend. Thank God I never watched that one. Rent-A-Girlfriend seems like the kind of show you watch when you were extremely depressed. I was gonna say something else, but I decided against it because it was probably going to be interpreted in a bad sense. So I'll refrain from speaking my mind on that. But Rent-A-Girlfriend certainly does suggest things about you. And yet it got 3 seasons. Got 3 seasons, man. 3 seasons. If I can count the animes I have watched on a single hand. Bro, are you bragging or something about your lack of anime watched? Do you think that makes you cool in here? To me, you just look like a casual. This blood over here thinks the amount of animes he watched makes him better than me. Streamer, I haven't watched any anime. That means I'm cooler than you. Yep. Definitely. Definitely. Montenegro Nozaki-kun Gekkon Shoujo is very good. That is a very good show. The main character looks like a Paris. She is very funny. She's also quite short. I like that show. Very Paris-like she is. That show's kind of weird, because it's like the main character is kind of the girl, but it's like a pretty boy show. But like, there really is only one real relationship for her. But all the guys are handsome, you know? Yeah, that's the thing. Rent-A-Girlfriend sounds exactly like the type of show, and you know who watches it. The thing is, it could have been good. Maybe it actually told a really intriguing story with a weird premise, and it was actually good. But that's not how it turned out, is it? That is not, in fact, how it turned out. Alrighty, Pinhead. Holy shit, fuck. Alright, we got some levels, boys. Alright. Initial D, Pop Team Epic. I'm assuming that's Neon Genesis Evangelion, and you're abbreviating it because you have no fucking idea how to spell Evangelion. Half of Spy X Family and the first season of Attack on Titan. Wow. You sure picked some shows to watch, didn't you? Evangelion. That's the name. Be sure to get it right. I'm gonna get another level here. Evangelion is very, very popular. Very well-known series. To be honest, Anime it's funny to me when people who are clear fans of something just as bad, if not worse than anime, make a comment on how bad it is to be a fan of anime. I find that so funny. It's like, bro, you are on a high horse, but your horse is in the bog. You are sitting on the bog horse. You are not higher up than anybody on that horse. Oh, so that's how it is. That's exactly how it is. That's what I'm saying. You think people that play Magic the Gathering look at anime fans and go, anime. Oh man, I wouldn't be caught dead watching anime. They're playing Magic the Gathering. You think they have any, do you think there's a hierarchy to this? You think they have any right to talk shit about fucking anime watchers and they're playing Magic the Gathering? I want one more level. Gabite needs to be at a level where Gabite can survive one Shadow Ball. I will try again when I get to level 24. Now you right. No, I know I'm right. I know I'm right. I'm not saying you need to be ashamed of your hobbies, but I am saying that acting like other people's hobbies are below yours is foolish, because there are a lot of people who think your hobby is worse than theirs, and vice versa. So there's no reason to be weirdly elitist about it, because it doesn't really make sense, because you are also scum in many eyes. Especially mine. Fuck you. Alright, Pinhead. Come on, Spiel. Give me one more. Hit him with a surf. Sploosh! I don't know what button he clicked that I went first. Wow. I'm gonna get him again, though. I'm gonna get him again. Good old on-screen grinding. Nothing beats that. Self-shippers. I have no idea what that means, but I can venture a guess as to what that means. And I don't like it. I ship my favorite character with me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now here's the thing. If you do that mentally, and it gets you through your day, that's fine. Do what you gotta do to be better. But if you get mad at somebody because of that, then that's when the line is drawn. I don't control what goes on in your head, but you don't control what goes on in other people's heads. It's just married to X again. No, not quite. I mean, kind of. But I'm saying specifically, if you feel that way and you don't fucking yell at people because they don't ship you with your favorite character as well, then that's fine. Go ahead. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. It's when you try to make it other people's problems that it becomes a thing like, okay. But also, that's something you don't really talk about to other people because it is weird, and it is one of those things that you should probably keep to yourself. The internet has made it a little too easy to find like-minded freaks, so you can engage in all kinds of degenerate behavior and not feel shame for it when you definitely should. Did you know that there was a guy who legally married his Twilight Sparkle body pillow? Did you know that? Some guy did that. I bet you would have been better if you didn't know that, but you know that now. Man, that's only the second Weeping Bell I think I've seen. 24. Alright. Bring back bullying. I saw a video. I don't know how true it is. It was about Genshin posters. And how a bunch of character posters had mosaic blurring on all on the posters. And in the places you'd expect, but also the places that it seemed like is excessive. And at the end of the video, it said that they were never actually censored. It was people actually, like, it was people salivating on those parts of the poster. In other words, people were walking up to these posters and licking these spots on the posters. I don't know how true that was. That could have just been false propaganda, but I can't help but feel like it's believable in a depressing sense. Indeed, my guy. Indeed. That can't be true. I have more faith in people than that. Didn't I just tell you that a guy married his Twilight Sparkle body pillow? And if that freaks you out, wait till you hear about the guy who had the Rainbow Dash in the jar. Come on now. Come on now. You're learning more than any man ever should. These are the things that they won't tell you. The world will keep it secret from you for good reason. Jars have a bad reputation. All they do is exist. That's all they do. They're a holding container and there's nothing wrong with them. But now there is something very wrong with them. Good job, Ronaldo. Hit that level 22. Alright, boys. We got this. Damn, Castform actually juices ya. What the fuck? Hey. That or everything has low EXP increase. Emote guide jar. Ban him. Please ban him for linking that. No man should see that. Alright. You guys seem to think that people are capable of such evil. No matter what the series is, there will be somebody who takes it to an alarming degree. Gacha is like sunken cost fallacy on crack. Alright. Come on, Rabbit. Get that juicy Evo. Still not, huh? Alright. Well, let's go try this gym battle one more time, boys. So, I'm not faster. I'm not faster than Gengar. So, I'm gonna die to Shadow Ball, like, instantly. So, Curly is just gonna be cleanup on the other ones. It can kill Ghastly, at least. Here we go. We'll just save here, because if I lose, then I restart. Well, that's the end of that. But if I win, I win. We're gonna see what happens together. Alright. Here we go. Time to sell your soul. Your soul to the ghost man. A rainbow Hue Pokemon. Yep. Man. Gengar is a hell of a Pokemon to give somebody level 25, huh? That's a real boss monster, that one. Alright, here we go. Now, I'm pretty sure Gengar has Dream Eater now, because I don't think Gengar can actually hit you with normal types, because it has Shadow Ball. I have to switch now. I don't believe in Ronaldo against Gengar at all. I need to get out of here from Curse, though. Hit him with a Metal Claw. Or get Hypnosis. That works, too. Yep. And I do believe that is the end of Pokemon for the day. I got hit by hypnosis 3 times. No thanks, Morty. Well, we will try that again at another time, and maybe things will be a little better done. We'll see.